Hello everyone and welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat, a Mother's Day Sunday afternoon chat. Hey, it is beautiful here in southern Oklahoma. Look at this. This is just absolutely incredible, isn't it? Isn't this great? I mean, this is absolutely incredible. My babies are over here, Lucy and Milburn. They walked down here to see what I was doing. They thought I was going fishing. They're ready to go fishing, always ready to go fishing. They're here wondering what's happening. They're just messing around a little bit, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Listen, we got a little bit to talk about today. Not a whole lot. It's been a great week. I want to tell you what's happening this week, what we're going to be doing next week. But also, we're going to have something special to talk to you mothers about, you moms about. So I tell you what, I want to talk about that at the end of the video. So do not sign off before the end of this video. Also, toward the end of the video, we'll be talking about our prizes. 50 prizes we're going to give away celebrating 50,000 subscribers. Holy cow. I remember I got so excited when we had 10,000, 50,000 subscribers. Do we have 50,000 subscribers? No, we don't. We have 49,000. I just looked at it a bit ago. 49,916. 49,916. That means that we are 84 short. 84 short. So you might want to share this video with some of your friends, particularly if some of your friends are moms, if they're mothers, because they want to be here for the end of this video, because I want to talk about something really special right there that I think all you moms need to hear, especially some of you younger mothers, some of you younger moms that are out there. But fantastic Mother's Day today. We just came back from church, had a great church, inside church for the second consecutive weeks. You know, we have not missed any church during all of this pandemic coronavirus scare, none at all. We still have only had, I think, 2 cases here in Murray County, Oklahoma. And so it's been really blessed here in this part of the country, the southern part of the country they call the Bible Belt. God has spared us a lot of what he did in the other part of the country. And I know that a lot of people really, a lot of people don't give God credit for much of anything in this virus. I saw a governor of one of the prominent states in the United States shaking his fist basically at God and saying, you know, we bent the curve here in this state and we're doing a great job, but you know, God didn't have anything to do with it. Prayer didn't have anything to do with it. It was all our doing. We did it. And I'd just be really cautious for anybody to shake their fist in the face of Almighty God. And that state's had, well, they've had basically about half of all of the corona cases and the deaths in the entire nation. So I'm sure they probably need God more than just about any state does. But anyway, I tell you what, let's not talk about that, because I have really watched very little news this past week, and all the last 2 weeks, as a matter of fact. I haven't watched much news. Every time I get a check on it, though, I find out that it's better here in Oklahoma. I heard our Governor Kevin Stitt, say that we were in the bottom 2% of the cases in the United States for any state above 2 million in population. We don't have much more than 2 million. I think we got a little bit over 3 million here in Oklahoma. But for any states at 2 million or more, we're down in the bottom 2% for the coronavirus cases. We are basically open here in Oklahoma. I saw where the guy that owned the CEO of Tesla was thinking about moving their plant, and Governor Stitt sent him a tweet this morning and said, we're open for business here in Oklahoma. Let's talk. And we are open for business here in Oklahoma. I think we start phase 3 this week, which is the final stage of completely opening the state. Unemployment is rampant everywhere. We've been hit really hard financially in this deal in our companies, our little television show company, and you know, our Kawasaki dealership, boat dealership has hung in there pretty good. Our stores hung in there pretty good. Television show has been hit really with a lot. But anyway, you know, the good thing about it, you know, when we talk about time and money, what's the most important? Time is the most important. You know, they're not making any more time. When you use up a day, it's gone. They are printing money all the time, and the federal government's printing a lot of money and sent out to a lot of people, a lot of businesses, and they're going to print some more. So hopefully some of it might come our way. I doubt it, but some of it might come our way and help us through this. But I know that if they get this economy going, we'll be just fine here in America. But it's been a great week. I did slip off again for a couple of days and turkey hunted the last 2 days of the Oklahoma season with my buddy Joel Alexander out at Buffalo Creek Outfitters, and all we called in was hens and jakes. We did not call in any big gobblers. I think I forgot to. I don't know how to turkey call anymore. I just don't know if I can call them anymore. I'm calling in hens okay, I'm calling in jakes okay, but I'm not calling any big gobblers. And so we have used up all of the Oklahoma turkey season, and then we got to hunt a day and a half, and that was it. We got to hunt 3 days down in Texas last week. We got the end of the Texas turkey season is this coming week. I'm gonna slip down to my buddy's Jim Bob's for a day and a half, maybe 2 days as a matter of fact, and get to try it down there maybe the last couple of days of the Texas season. I don't have anything planned in any of the northern states, so it might be the first year that I have turkey hunted that I haven't taken a turkey, and I some years I kill as many as I've killed, I think as many as 17 in a year. That's hunting several states. In Oklahoma and Texas and Kansas alone, you can kill 9 birds legally in those 4 states, those 3 states right there. You throw in Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, some of the other states that are right here close by. And I hunt New York, I hunt Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. I've hunted just really a lot of states for turkey. But Joe Drake, years and years ago, world champion turkey caller down in Alabama, carried me turkey hunting, called a big gobbler in for me, and I've been crazy about it ever since. And I could kill a turkey right here at the house, obviously, but these guys come and strut and gobble for me every day, so I will not hunt these turkeys right here. Just will not do it. They become my buddies. They become my buddies. But we're going to do a little bit of turkey hunting this week. We hopefully will get to do just a little bit of fishing also. Chris and I are going to go fishing here in just a little bit. We're going to go out and try to LiveScope some crappie and catch a bunch of crappie. I'd like to clean about 15 of them so we can have some crappie fillets. Hopefully we can show you. I might set my iPhone up. Pat's not here. We don't have a camera person here, but and Chris is going to fish. She's not going to be shooting camera, I promise you. She will not do that. She's going to be shooting camera. But Chris will. Chris will probably be doing the majority of the catching herself, and I'll take my iPhone, might set up a little tripod or something, but I want to mainly show you how we locate crappie with that Garmin Optik LiveScope because they've got to be in open water. We've got a lot of grass. They can't be inside of a tree and you'll be able to see them. They can't be inside the grass. But some of them are beginning to move into some open water areas where we'll be able to see them, and hopefully we'll be able to locate some that way. And I might shoot a little short vid that we'll stick up sometime in the next week or two. But anyway, it's really good. The one thing I was going to tell you about those prizes, and I got off running off on something else, but we are going to announce as soon as we hit 50,000. I'm going to be like the My Pillow guy. I interrupt this advertising to bring you some more advertising. So I'm going to jump in and do a quick vid. I want to talk about what it means to me for y'all have got us up to 50,000. This is our 15th month to work on this YouTube channel. We started an old channel we started years ago and didn't do anything with. Back February of last year with 2,000. We want to talk about all that, and we're going to hit 50,000. I'm hoping sometime today. I hate to, might do it tomorrow if we don't. If we do it in the middle of the night, I'm going to bed tonight. So anyway, but we had a great inside church. We had a big crowd for our social distancing. We had about all the crowd we could handle, but we got an upstairs and a downstairs. So, and obviously families sat together, and church is a big family deal. So we had a great church service, a Mother's Day service, where we were talking about, and the preacher was preaching on sharing things about how great mothers really are, as if we needed to be preached about something like that, how great mothers really are, because they're absolutely fantastic. But I'm going to break in sometime and keep your little notification bell on so when you get notified, and I'll just read real quickly down through that 50 people. We will also list that on our Facebook page. Our Facebook now has got 307,000 friends on our Facebook page, so if you're not on that, jump over there on it. Another thing I want to mention real quick here, and then I want to talk about just a little personal thoughts and some notes to you moms out there. But another thing I wanted to mention was our Catch of the Day daily devotional. That was a new channel that we started April 3rd, has got up to about 2,300 people in there, 2,400, something like that. And so if you're not on that Catch of the Day channel, go over there and subscribe to that when we do a Catch of the Day, a daily devotional, a scripture, and a fishing tip every single day. We post that at 5 o'clock in the morning. Those words from God will change your life. That's just all I'm telling you. They will change your life. And the reason I say that is because I've been there, done that. And many people that are on there have become closer to God through that. And we've got one up for every single day of the entire year, beginning January 1. and we've not missed a single morning, which is amazing. And we got down through, through 4 months, and we're into the 5th month right here. Haven't missed a single day. Many of you have not missed a single Catch of the Day daily devotional. I know y'all have let me know that, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it a lot. The other thing I wanted to mention is, at times this week I was out of phone service, and I got 600 or 700 behind on comments. And as this thing gets bigger and bigger, it's going to be increasingly difficult for me to be able to answer all the comments out there. So we probably won't be able to answer all of them. I read them all. I answer as many of them as I possibly can. But keep commenting. I love that. I love that. We had grandkids here again this week. Our social distancing at this ranch is good. We're doing a great job of it, except the social comes to us, which is great. We love it. I actually had 7 grandkids and great grandkids here this week. We had a great time. They were here, came in Wednesday and left yesterday, and we just had a ball. We went night riding every night around on the mules all over the ranch. We fished, caught a lot of fish. The kids swam. I didn't jump in that cold water with them, and we just had a ball. The house is filthy dirty, just like it always is when grandkids leave, but Chris will get that cleaned up this week, I'm sure. And but it's just been fantastic to have those kids here. It's just been amazing. But the cool thing about what's happening is the fish are really still biting really, really good, and the crappie have finally come out of their hiding, where we've been able to locate some of them, and hopefully we'll be able to catch quite a few crappie this evening. I wanted to share a few comments with you about Mother's Day, and so this section is just for you girls, and I want to especially speak to you younger moms out there, you girls that are, and to me, if you're below 70, you're a younger mom, but you younger moms out there, because I tell you, I had a great mother. She was a Sunday school teacher. She worked a 40 or 50-hour week every week, was a tremendous mom, just did everything in the world. I lost my mom at really a young age for her. She was 58 years old to a brain tumor, and fortunately my dad 3 or 4 years later, or 5 years later, got remarried, and I had a stepmom for the last few years of his life, and then of her life. So that was a bonus mom that I got out of the deal. But let me tell you, here's my belief about mothers. I think you are the most important people in the world. I don't think that congressmen and senators or governors are the most important. I don't even think the president of the United States is the most important person in the world. I think the mothers of America are the most important people in the world. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have congressmen and senators and presidents. And some of y'all's kids are going to be our future congressmen and our senators, and I'm hoping that you're raising them where they'll be a lot better than quite a few of them that we got up there right now, for sure. They'll be our future doctors and dentists, our school teachers, our truck drivers, our professional fishermen. Some of you out there have kids that will be professional fishermen, and some of you have got sons and daughters that will be congressmen and governors and president of the United States. So you are doing the most important job for this country that there is. Not those people, but you. You're doing the most important job that there is. And so here's what I want to just tell you. Just realize how important your job is. And you need to, in the process of all of that, you need to be a godly mom also. There's a difference between just being a mother and being a godly mother. You've got to be a godly mother. You need to have a personal relationship with God, and because what your kids are going to reflect is they're going to reflect you. They're going to turn into you. How many of us have said, and I've said it, my daughter said, "Oh my gosh, I'm my mom." And I've said that too. "Oh my gosh, I've turned into my dad." I think about that really and truly every time I go around the house turning off light switches. Some of you guys can relate to that. I've turned into my dad. Son, were you born in the barn? But that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's just how important your job is. And so I want to encourage you. Well, I want to encourage you to be an encourager. That's a good place to start right there. Nothing will help your kids more than encouraging them. Now you're going to have to get onto them a lot. And, kids are like a little Labrador puppy. They hear no more than any other word in the world. No, 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 no. And Labrador puppies have got to hear the word no. So when you say no, he knows he needs to stop whatever he's doing. And but we also, when the Labrador puppy runs out there and grabs something we throw and brings it back to us and looks up as we pat him on the head and we encourage him. We got to encourage our kids too. You know, you can be the greatest mom in the world, but if you're constantly getting on to your kids, it's just not going to work right. You got to encourage them every time they do something right. You know, the greatest mom I know of is my wife, and she's now the patriarch mom of our family. You know, and she's just amazing. And now we've got grandkids that are married and their wives have turned into great moms, and it's something that, you know, it's a generational thing. So how you raise your kids is going to last for basically hundreds of years, and whatever they see you do, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to become. If you want extraordinary kids, you have to be an extraordinary mom. If you're a mom that your house is dirty and filthy all the time, can I tell you, your daughter's house is going to look the exact same way. Your son, if he lives with a woman that's like that, he don't really care because that's the way he grew up in. But if you keep your house nice and clean, your daughter's going to keep her house nice and clean. Her daughter, her daughter, her daughter. It's a generational thing. It'll last forever. If you take your kids to church, they're going to take their kids, their grandkids, and on to church. If you live your life trying to honor God, they're going to live their life trying to honor God. They can't help but become you. They can't help but become you. So girls, you've got the most important job in the world. If you call into work and when you're not sick and you tell them, I can't come to work today because I'm sick, you've taught your kids to be a deceiver. You've taught them to deceive, and you've taught them that it's okay to be a deceiver. However, if on the other hand, you're one of those type of individuals that even when you don't feel good, even when you do feel sick, you still go to work, you still get the job done. Now, I know in the situation we're going now that if you feel bad, you shouldn't go to work because it might be this virus, but under normal circumstances, I know I've worked literally hundreds and hundreds of days, maybe thousands in my lifetime when I felt rotten, when I felt terrible. So many days, I've had days in fishing tournaments when I couldn't even stand up in the front of the boat. I'd lay down, I'd continue to fish. If you want your children to be exceptional, you got to be exceptional yourself. But if you're the type of person that shows up and goes to work even when you're feeling bad, and your kids know you're feeling bad, and yet you still went to work, you still got your job done, your sons and your daughters are going to grow up to be just like you. They're going to go that extra mile. But if you call in sick for work, they're going to learn how to be a deceiver. They're going to learn how to deceive their boss and their friends. If you argue with your husband, if you're fighting with him and arguing with him and maybe talking behind his back to some of your girlfriends or over the telephone, your daughter's going to grow up and be just like that. However, if you're loving your husband, if you're saying great things for him, if you're being a great wife, your daughter's going to turn out to be a great wife. And your son also is going to expect a woman just like you. He's not going to accept a woman that's anything short of what you are. That's exactly what he's going to be looking for. He's not looking for another mom. He's not doing that. Although some of us turn into that, I got to admit, you know. But he's not looking for another mom. But that's exactly the kind of woman he'll find. So you are so important in their life. Everything that you do will be instilled into them. What you tell them might mean a lot. But it probably doesn't mean a lot. It's what you do is what's going to mean a lot. So you are shaping the world, girls. You're the ones that are out there formulating and shaping the people that will be running this country, that will be running this state, that will be running these businesses, CEOs, presidents of companies, dentists, doctors, school teachers, on and on and on. Girls, you're the ones that's raising these future leaders of our country. And you can raise them to lead, and you can raise them to succeed, or you can raise them to fail. And it all depends on what you're doing in their life every day. One of the key things to do is you can send them out there every day with a smile on their face and tell them that no matter what happens today, what you do makes your day. Not what the circumstances are involved, but what you do makes your day. And if there's a problem out there, tell them not to be a part of the problem, but to be a part of the solution. To be a part of the solution. And so it's just amazing how important you moms are. And like I said, my mom, I had her all the time when I was growing up. I was already grown, you know, by the time that we lost her. But you know, it's just amazing how important my mom was in my life. It's amazing how important each one of you girls that I'm talking to right now, how important your mom was or is in your life every day. My wife talks about my daughter Sherry and says she's like my right arm. That's what she says. She's her right arm. That's how important Sherry is to Chris. But can I tell you that Chris is 3 times more important or 10 times more important than to Sherry. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So girls, this is your day. I don't know how anybody could thank you enough for what you do, because you just do such an amazing job. I watch my grandkids' wives, you know, my 2 grandboys, Jeremy and Kyle, and their wives, and how remarkably well they're raising their kids. And it just dawns on me just how important that really is. Those kids don't know it now, and those kids might not thank you now. But as time goes by, what you're doing right now in their life will be the most important thing that ever happens to them. More important than education, more important than money, more important than everything. And the main thing, encourage them, show them how to live correctly, and be a godly mother. Be a godly mother that passes that on to your kids, and you'll raise godly kids, and they will continue that tradition on and on and on and on. Honor God, put Him first in your life, and you will have exceptional kids. And I know, Mom, you want exceptional kids. Guys and girls, I love you. As soon as we get to that 50,000, I'll do a vid, and I'll read out those 50 winners. Hey, go out there and have you a great week. Moms all over, I love each one of you even more than you can ever imagine. Later.